What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Babbles Nonsense Podcast. We have another short and sweet episode today just to catch you up on some craziness over the weekend and, some updates all around. So if you want to hear them, then stick around. All right, guys, welcome back. So I know last week I said this week I would be talking about my house situation. Not quite ready to do that just yet. I think in the next couple of weeks I will fully be able to talk about it, I hope, because it is a story that you guys want to hear, I promise. But no, I'm just going to talk about some babbling and some funny, kind of not so funny things that happened this weekend. So for all you Apple product lovers, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro. Got it on Friday. I did the whole pre-order the week before. Got it Friday when I got off work. Went to set it up. Took, the whole hour and a half it does to transfer your phone, everything like that. And I was going to trade mine in. And luckily for me, the trade-in box did not come with the phone and me ship it off the next day, because the following day, on Saturday, I'm driving to get me a cupcake that I debated for about 30 minutes going to get. So there is an amazing bakery in town called Mason-Dixon, and it's got gluten-free everything. I've interviewed her as well, so definitely go take a listen to her episode. But I typically eat gluten-free for like 99% of my diet, and I just was craving this cupcake because they came out with a new flavor. And I was like, I think I'm going to go get it. So I went to get this cupcake that literally should have taken me 30 minutes. And on the way home, also I got a gluten-free oatmeal cream pie. Let's not lie. On the way home, I was like, I want to eat the cupcake at home because I want to enjoy it. I've been watching Umbrella Academy, so I was going to eat the cupcake watching that. So I was like, but let me go ahead and take a bite of this oatmeal cream pie because it's already open halfway. So why not have a little treat on the way home? So I took a bite of the oatmeal cream pie and some of the icing fell on my new phone. Not a big deal, but I had also just washed my car a couple of days ago and cleaned it out. So I was like, let me just roll down the window and I can kind of flick out the icing from the off the phone. I'll just flick it out the window, because my little brain didn't think that I was driving on an interstate going 75 miles an hour and that my phone would go out the window. It's funny now, but it's not. It wasn't at the time. But honestly, for me, if you know me, I actually didn't get as upset as I thought I would. And I was telling this story to my friend and she couldn't stop laughing. So I was like, I've got to tell this story on the podcast. But yeah, I flicked that icing off my phone and lo and behold, my whole phone with the cord, because it's my cord that I charged in the phone was kind of slightly broken. So that was probably part of it, but it just rips off and goes out the window down the interstate. And I look in the rearview mirror and I'm so glad that my first instinct wasn't to slam on my brakes, because it was Saturday. So it was super busy. And, we're all driving 70, 75 miles an hour. And I look out my rearview mirror and it's just bouncing down, probably hit by 20, 30 cars. I don't know. It's gone. My first thought was, did that just happen? And then my second thought was, wow, I'm close to the Apple store. It's the next exit. Let me just go there and get me a new phone, because when I pre-ordered this phone, I was like, I need to get, the Apple Care or whatever. And typically I just get the basic Apple Care. Like if you break your screen, you can get it fixed, yada, yada, yada. This, they've updated their Apple Care to also include theft and coverage. I want to say they either did that last year or the year before. I could be wrong. I just noticed it then. And I was like, last year I was like, why would I get this? And this year I kind of debated too, because I was like, I've never lost my phone and no one has ever stolen my phone. So why would I get this? But something in my gut was like, it's only $50 more. What if someone does take the phone while you're at the gym? Or what if you do leave it somewhere? You just never know, right? I'm so glad I got the theft and loss coverage, because I immediately went to the Apple store and sat there for 20 or 30 minutes because it was launch weekend and the store was super packed. So I waited there for the technician to come to me and was like, what's going on? And I told him the whole story and he was like, I really hope that was a good cupcake. And I was like, it really was delicious, but I'm unsure it was worth this traumatic experience. But I sat there for a little bit, and when they finally came over, they're like, here, you got to file this claim on the theft and law. So I sign into my Apple ID, and then all of a sudden it comes up and says you have to have a 2-factor identification. And then I clicked on, like, I didn't have my phone to do that. And then it then read like it's going to take, like, you can do that, but it's going to take longer to verify you and your account if you don't have like a 2-factor identification to show it to you. So I was like, dude, is it just this application? Like, am I going to get a phone today? And he was like, you're not going to get a phone today. They have to mail it to you. And I was like, oh, well, guess I wasted my time here. So I'm going to go home and fill this out, where I can do it on my MacBook, because all my stuff is Apple products. And I can just do the 2-factor identification at home so it doesn't take longer. So I go home and do that. And then fortunately, like I said, they didn't send me the trade-in box to trade in my old phone for my new phone until, to do it right then. I'm glad I didn't do that, because I still had my old phone at home. I just turned that on, and then I tried to activate it with cellular device. And now that they have these eSIMs, I couldn't activate it. So I can't call anyone because I don't have a phone, because I got on Verizon's website, and it was like, to get it activated, you have to call in. They won't do it over chat. And I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I don't know anywhere to go in this town. So I had to do it old school, get some directions to the nearest Verizon store, and then drive to the Verizon store. I ain't been in a Verizon store, and I couldn't tell you how many years, but I went to the Verizon store to get my phone activated, which she was having a little bit more of a difficult time. But then again, I had to tell the story for a third time, and at this point I'm just laughing, because I'm like, she's like, I would be way more upset than you. And I was like, at this point, it's just comical, because this is how my life has been going for the past couple of months. I was like, I'm about to get my friend Minu to tell me how to sage myself, because I don't know what's going on. I think someone has put a hex on me or something. But no, it's quite comical. Not so much in the sense, I guess I could laugh so more about it because I had the insurance, and I had to submit a claim, and they're reviewing the claim. And then hopefully sending me a new phone in the next 5 to 7 days that I purchased. If not, then I will cry some sad tears. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought y'all may have a good laugh at that. I hope that made y'all laugh this afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. And then the only other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up, and hopefully I don't babble on too long about this, is just respecting other people's perspectives in life. So I know this is completely opposite of what I just said, leading with that funny story, but I just think that we have to all, and I myself have to do this, because sometimes we all get stuck on our own perspective. And I'm only bringing this up because it has seemed to occur quite frequently over the past couple of weeks, about people having different perspectives than I, and just trying to understand where their perspective is coming from. And I know me and Minu have talked about this a lot on the podcast, and I kind of keep drilling it in, but it's just something that keeps reoccurring in my life. It's just we are all different human beings. We are all different, but we all, females mostly, we all are trying to fit this one particular mold, the beauty standards or whatnot. And I don't know if that's just because we want to feel like we fit in, but we were all made different in the first place for a reason. And I just think that we need to embrace it, myself included, because the different perspectives that people have, whether it be your friends, your colleagues, maybe just someone you're running into, some people take different perspectives as argumentative or confrontational, I guess. And to me, it's just a different perspective when I'm having a conversation with someone and we're disagreeing or something. And I'm the type of person, it may take me 24 to 48 hours to go home and then kind of think over what the person told me, and then maybe still either agree, disagree or agree. We don't always have to agree with someone's perspective, but sometimes I feel like we forget that it's respect to try to understand, and it's respect to care, I guess. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe I care too much about other people's perspectives in life, because some people are just I don't really care about other people's perspectives. But I think if we all just remember that we all are human beings and we all have a perspective, and it comes from childhood trauma, it comes from work life, it comes from having friends and families and different backgrounds and cultures. It's a multitude of things that creates and molds our perspective that we have. But also, someone else's perspective could change ours. But we have to be able to respect that person and listen to that person and give them a minute to express themselves. And I've said this before on a podcast, like pause for a second before we respond. I am the world's worst at doing that. I will respond immediately because I think I know what they meant. When really, if I took a few minutes to like get a message or hear a message and think about it, I may be able to talk myself down a little bit and then respond more appropriately. Yeah, I'll keep it right there because it's just a short and sweet. Something that had been on my mind the past couple of weeks is just kind of respecting other people's perspectives. But I hope y'all got a good laugh about my phone story. I'll keep you updated on that. I'm definitely going to keep you updated on the house situation. And some more to come soon. So until next time, guys, bye.